They hit 9 home runs in the ALCS, I think. But again, our leadership in Toronto, that's low-hanging fruit. We don't want that.
No, we don't want that.
All power does is turn baseball games around and win games for you, but we don't want that. That's low-hanging fruit.
This is the 10 Minutes with Andrew podcast.
Welcome back to 10 Minutes with Andrew. I am, of course, Andrew. I'm again joined by Mark Chancey. Welcome back to the show.
How are you doing today, my son?
Not bad.
You're in a remote location. Your audio is not nearly as good as it needs to be, but that's it. We'll work with it.
No.
You're probably not on a Mac, are you? You're probably on
No, I am. I'm on a Mac.
Are you on a Mac? Which lap? Oh, you took the laptop from here.
Yeah.
Oh, you're some smart. If I'd known you stole my stuff, I would have called you on it.
It was well.
So that was Tina Turner. We've had her before. The story I love to tell about Tina Turner, when she was in St. John's in the 80s, we had a heat wave and sunshine every day. When she left, she commented on what little tropical paradise she found, a hidden tropical paradise she found.
Yeah.
Boy, if she only knew the truth, hey?
Yeah.
So this is a bit different for us. You're in a remote location, and I'm here.
Yeah, you may notice.
Hey?
I'm a little stuffed up. I got a cold.
Oh, here we go again. Got a cold. Back at school, no doubt. You're in a remote location, so I'm here looking at the laptop that you're on to look at your face. So it's going to look like I'm not looking at the camera today. But anyway, before we get going, I have something to say. I put a bit of video at the intro there. Showed a golf shot from Friday. It was pretty close to being in the hole, so I'm going to play it again. This time I'm going to play it with the audio so you can understand what was said. Now, it was really windy this day, so here it goes. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, have a look. Here it comes. Listen. Shh. It's very key.
This is how close I came to a second hole-in-one on the same day. You can see where the ball landed. Came back a little bit, and that's what I have for birdie. I should probably buy a lottery ticket.
So did you pick up on that?
I did.
I said how close I came to a second hole-in-one on the same day. You know what?
You got a hole-in-one.
I had a hole-in-one on Friday, the first ever, and look, there it is.
There's the ball.
And it's a noodle. And you know about where this ball I found on number 4 walking along. I put it in my pocket. When I got to 5, I hauled out a ball, laid it down. It was the noodle. So this was a found noodle, and it's a Ballyhaley branded noodle too. Look.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I found. So everybody that's wasting their money on $10 Pro V1s and that, just get yourself a noodle, and you'll have yourself a hole-in-one.
Yeah.
So now there are 2 holes-in-one in the Chancey family. So
yeah, you and Gramps.
Gramps had one. Then I had one. Guess what?
Gramps had one on the old Ballyhaley.
Yep. That means you got to have one.
Maybe.
Oh, it's going to happen one day, boy. Just when you're least expecting it. Just when you're least expecting it. So, enough about me. Although I could talk about that hole-in-one forever.
Yeah.
What a shot. Little draw, landed on the green, rolled, disappeared. I thought, it's either in the hole or it's behind the pin and I can't see it, but it was in the holes. Anyway, what are we doing today, my son? Actually, you know what? Let's talk about this hole-in-one a little bit more. What are we doing today, my son?
Today we're going to talk about some of the best Brad Treliving moves that he's made since he's been with the Leafs.
The best moves the Leafs have made during the Brad Treliving era.
Yeah.
Was that what we're doing? Because the Leafs weren't so good last night.
No, 4-1 loss.
4-1 loss. They were down 3-1. I think it was an empty netter got the 4th goal. It wasn't a terrible blowout or anything, but now everyone's on everyone's on all the online chats talking about how this is the real Leafs now, and they're really not that good. And funny how things go in Toronto. Lose a game and the world ends, hey?
Yeah, and especially I think I'm really excited about the goaltending.
Yeah?
I like Anthony Stolarz a lot.
So is that your best move?
It's one of them, actually, yeah.
All right, well, let's hear some of your best moves. You go first. What do you think is the best move? Are you doing this from least best?
These aren't really in any particular order.
Okay,
I haven't put these in order.
Let's go with your first one. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. The best moves the Leafs have made during the Brad Treliving era. Number one.
The first one I have here is Max Domi signing plus extension. And, yeah, you agree?
Yeah, I don't disagree.
And I say that because they signed him, I think it was last offseason, him and Bertuzzi, or 2 off seasons ago, whatever it was. And it didn't, playoff-wise, it didn't pay off for him. But Domi has been a very good player. He seems to be a very good playoff player. He needs to limit his penalties, but other than that, he seems pretty good.
He's a good playmaker. They want him to shoot more now. Shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got himself a 4-year extension, too.
Yep.
Because of his play.
I think he wanted to play
Bertuzzi, yeah, I think so, too, because, I mean, his father's Ty Domi. But Tyler Bertuzzi did not stay. He's in Chicago now. I don't know how he's doing, but I like the Domi signing for all those reasons. He's a great playmaker. I like him in the playoffs. He's got that physical element to him. Seems like a Berube type of player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Want to know my top one?
What?
Before we do, let me just. I had a hole in one Friday.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I heard.
You know, it's customary for the son of the guy who gets a hole in one to get him a present.
Well.
So you better get out shopping. Anyway, here's mine. You ready for my best one?
Yeah.
Okay. Craig Berube.
I have that on my list too.
Yeah. We needed a different type of coach, not one that plays music during practices and lets everybody do what they want to do. This team needs a little bit of structure and discipline, and some guys probably aren't going to like it. Tough crap, I say. Build a team that's.
He stopped practice 3 times the other day.
Well, he's an attention to detail guy, and he knows enough that when you let your attention to detail slip, not just in a hockey game, and anything you do in life, my son, you're going to suffer. Your performance is going to suffer. So I think they have the right guy behind the bench for this bunch of players. That's my favorite move Treliving has done. What do you say?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. You got another one there?
It was kind of weird, though, because they signed Keefe to an extension, and then they fired him, and then they brought Berube in. But it was a great move for Berube, anyway.
All right. Well, we'll go to the next one, hey?
Yeah.
A third good move by Brad Treliving is?
Austin Matthews extension.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. Never even thought about that one, but I wouldn't disagree with that.
I put that in here because when he signed, one of the biggest topics was he won't probably sign like an 8-year deal or anything. He got a 4-year deal.
Yeah.
And he makes, I think, like $13 million a year. He's currently the highest paid player, I think, in the league. He's also the captain now.
Yeah.
And he kind of got off to, like, goal-wise a slow start, but he's got one now. And
he's got 2 now.
He's 2 now. And he's a fantastic player. Probably best offensive player in the Leafs.
I would say almost in the league. Probably
in the league.
Probably behind
for sure.
Connor. A goal scorer anyway. For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. The best goal scorer in the league.
he probably will break Sundin's record, I think, if he stays with the Leafs, is for most goals.
So when he signed the 4-year extension, everybody figured he just wanted to have a shorter extension so he could then go to Phoenix and play in his hometown. But
Phoenix doesn't have a team now.
That's not going to happen anymore, is it?
Yeah.
And Utah won again last night.
Utah's on a great run.
Yeah, but like they say, the bad teams are playing better than they normally do, and usually by Christmas they realize that they're not that good, and they start playing the way we expect them to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
true.
Austin Matthews extension, hey?
Yeah, I put that one on there.
All right, I'm going to throw another one out there.
There's so many bad moves.
Well, we'll finish the show on the bad move, and I think we'll agree on the bad move.
Okay.
So here's another good one.
Okay.
Anthony Stolarz.
That's one of mine, too.
Yeah. And I don't know if he saw this coming, but boy, if we didn't have Stolarz right now, we'd be in trouble, wouldn't we?
Yeah, well, we have to go with Hildeby.
And I don't know if that would be a bad thing, but he hasn't played more than a game in the NHL, so Stolarz looked pretty good again last night, kind of kept him in it. He's just not a starting goaltender, so I don't know how long we can ride this pony.
We got Tampa tomorrow night.
Yeah, the Leafs are getting some real team tests now, and they failed their first one.
We go from Shesterkin to Vasilevsky.
And Ottawa just beat Tampa, so...
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen, hey? So you agree with Stolarz, do you?
Yeah, I totally do.
Have you got another one? Because I only have one more after this.
I only got one more now, too, because you and me have the same.
All right.
My last one's kind of lumped together.
Well, my last one's kind of lumped together, too. I wonder if it's the same.
I just wrote defensive improvements.
Yeah, that's not quite the same as I have. Definitely defensive improvements.
I'm really... The defense is great this year. Tanev, OEL, not to mention like the depth. Like Hakanpää hasn't played yet, but he'll be great, I think, when he does play. Simone Benoit, we had him anyway, but he's just been great.
Yeah, I like him.
The only problem with the defense right now is one guy, and that's Liljegren. He hasn't really been playing that much because he's been scratched.
Well, I like having enough depth that Liljegren doesn't play.
Yeah. And, of course, Morgan Riley, but he was there before.
So I had, as mine, was a combination. I had Ekman Larsson.
Yeah.
Has getting the most minutes of any Leaf, which is kind of surprising because Morgan Riley used to choke all the minutes. Now Ekman Larsson has kind of moved into that role. But I also had with him kind of an unknown here, Steven Lorentz.
Oh, Lorentz is really good, too.
Lawrence. Yeah. I don't know how he wants this pronounced. I've heard two things now, but he is going to be a little crown jewel on the fourth line.
Yeah.
He plays with a lot of pep and a lot of bite, and it's something the Leafs have been missing. That fourth line with Reeves and Lorentz and Kemp for now, it's not fun to play against. And there's not many times in the last number of years there was ever a line in Toronto that wasn't fun to play against. They finally have one with a bit of bark and a bit of bite.
Yeah, they finally got what they wanted with the, the physicality, the snot.
Yeah, that's
Brad
right.
Treliving called it.
That is correct. So that's the good ones. What do you think his all-time worst move is?
Speaking of bad moves he made, I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but like speaking of defense, the Klingberg one was pretty bad.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All-time worst move ever by Brad Treliving as a Toronto Maple Leaf GM is Mr. Klingberg.
Yeah.
But that shows you how bad depth was on defense when he got here.
Yeah.
That he took a chance on Klingberg, and that just didn't work. But that happens every now and then. Long as you make more moves that are good than are bad, you should be going in the right direction.
It's funny because we did an episode a while back where we talked about the worst moves Kyle Dubas ever made. And now we're doing the best moves that Brad Treliving has made. Who's better, do you think?
Well, I think I see the Leafs are morphing into a different type of team. Mostly to do with the moves that Treliving has made by bringing in that hard-nosed coach and bringing in some players that he says likes to play with, quote, snot, little snot in their game. And that's what he said. That's what he's done. And I believe that's what you have to do to have playoff success. I still am very skeptical that when
I'm full of snot right now.
Yeah, you are. That when they get to the playoffs, we're not going to see the same old, but hey, we'll see.
It's the Leafs. Anything can happen.
It's the Leafs. Anything can happen.
Hey, switching to baseball, the Yankees are in the World Series.
Yeah. They went in with a walk-off home run by Juan Soto.
Yeah, I saw people today
rumored to be going to the Blue Jays.
I was just going to say, I saw some people today saying, if you're a Blue Jays fan and you think we're going to sign Juan Soto, you're delusional.
Absolutely delusional. Do you think he's leaving that?
Not at all.
To go up to Canada? Well, he couldn't point to Canada on a map.
But yeah, better question is, who are you picking? The Dodgers or the Mets?
Well,
who's going to win?
Who I want to see? This has happened again, right? The teams I want to win always lose. So it's bad for the Mets. The Mets, I'd love to see them get in, especially against the Yankees. That would be fun. But I don't know if you're stopping that Dodgers train now. They'd have to win 2 straight in L.A.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I see that ending today.
Yeah, I still think the Yankees are winning the World Series, though.
Well, Dodgers and Yankees, it's a pick 'em, I think.
That is a pick 'em,
Firepower on both sides. Have you got anything else over there today?
Shohei versus Judge.
Yep. Judge is heating up, too.
Teo.
They showed a stat. Soto, Judge, and Stanton have hit 9 home runs.
Stanton got the MVP for the
They hit 9 home runs in the ALCS, I think. But again, our leadership in Toronto, that's low-hanging fruit. We don't want that.
No, we don't want that.
All power does is turn baseball games around and win games for you, but we don't want that. That's low-hanging fruit.
No.
No, the stats say that's not right. The advanced stats.
That's not right. The advanced stats. The Ross Atkins stats.
So what else have you got over there?
Nothing.
Nothing? I just want to mention one thing before I go.
Yeah.
I had a hole-in-one on Friday.
Those that are interested, my hat says Ice Caps on it.
That's an oldie.
Yeah.
There's a rumor that Acadie Bathurst is coming to St. John's to play.
I think it is, yeah.
Hasn't been announced yet, but that is the rumor. Another Quebec major junior team. I wish them well. Every team that's come here has folded. I wish them well.
Of Quebec.
Yeah.
Montreal is one of the cities the Rays could play in, but I doubt they're going to play there because I think the Rays want to play closer to home.
I just don't see it. It would be great, but I just don't see it.
It would be awesome.
Yeah, they got.
I'd much rather go to.
They'll find somewhere closer to their fan base, I would think.
I'd much rather go to Montreal and watch the Rays play than go to Toronto and watch the Blue Jays play.
Well, the issue would be if you're Tampa, which is usually quite a successful team, but their attendance is terrible.
Yeah.
If they went to Montreal temporarily and they sold out every game, the league might think,
yeah,
what are we doing here? Let's look at this one again, hey?
Is attendance terrible because their stadium is horrible or just because the team is bad?
No, the team's never bad.
They weren't that good
this was
year,
the
though.
first year they weren't really in it, but all those years they were good. You watch the broadcast, and boy, there was an empty, dead stadium. Yeah. It's also not in a great location. It's kind of like the Ottawa setup where the Senators play. You got to drive 25,000 miles to get to the game, and it's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, true.
But that's it. What else you got?
The Senators are getting a new stadium, too.
Yeah. Anything else?
No.
All right, well, I guess we'll say goodbye.
I guess so.
All right.
So thank you for listening and watching this episode of 10 Minutes with Andrew. So it's on YouTube. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. We'll be back in the middle of the week with a Would You Rather.
All right, I guess I got to go edit by myself today.
I guess so.
All right, champ.
All right.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
If you liked this video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and turn on notifications to be notified when we upload new content. You can also connect with us at andrewchansey.com.